It looks like Prince Harry's in the middle of a royal mess. Coming to paperback and e-readers this April, Isis: Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door must take on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis: Revenge of the Cyber Goddess in paperback and e-readers this April. The Duchess of Ratchetness is alleged to be the one behind Prince Harry's attacks on the royal family. Now, in a recent report placed in the New York Post, Prince Harry stated that my wife has the most amazing explanation. You don't need to be a princess. You can create the life that will be better than any princess, is what he told Dax Shepard, armchair expert. And that's coming from her own lived experience. Now, when I took a critical examination of that statement, it just shows how your Duchess of Ratchetness is completely full of it. And what she's trying to do here is deflect by trying to say that she doesn't need to be a princess because she just couldn't cut it as a part of the royal family. And because she could not cut it as a member of the royal family and refused to submit to the terms of the first family of white supremacy, now she's going out here using her emasculated husband to go out here and take jabs at the royal family. Now, she's out here making all of these jabs and retorts at the royal family because she just was not somebody who wanted to follow the rules and submit to the authority of the royal family. And that really doesn't have much to do with the first family of white supremacy. No, that has to do with your Meghan Markle just being the Duchess of Ratchetness and her being a ratchet feminist female. She just wants to go out here and be so strong and independent that she's going to have the audacity to tell the first family of white supremacy how they are supposed to go about their business. Unfortunately, because your Prince Harry is a completely emasculated cock of a male, he doesn't see that your Duchess of Ratchetness is just running game on him. And the game being run on the King of Kings and Lord of Lords of white men is that his wife is out here just trying to elevate herself to a high position in society, and because she could not cut it as the Duchess of Sussex, she is now trying to run the game as the Duchess of Ratchetness. And as the Duchess of Ratchetness, she's just running around trying to do all sorts of little ghetto hustles in an effort to show that she's just as good as anybody out here in the royal family. But what's really sad here is that your Prince Harry seems to have been completely emasculated by your Duchess of Ratchetness because he's sitting there parroting what this woman says by saying, my wife had the most amazing explanation. You don't need to be a princess. You can create a life that's way better than any princess. Basically, what she's trying to say is, I cannot go out here and be a princess as a part of the royal family, so I'm going to try to create my own little fantasy world because I can't really cope with reality. And what she wants to do is throw shade at the first family of white supremacy, not understanding that how disrespectful it is to go out here and have this man disrespect his own family, the first family of white supremacy. Yes, but still, it's really disrespectful to go out here and disrespect the family that has raised you and carried you and would possibly take you back to carry you after the Duchess of Ratchetness has finished with you. Because your Duchess of Ratchetness, this isn't one of the first schemes that she has going on here. The other scheme she's probably had a hand in is having the family go and sign a deal as related to oil of Olay for their skin whitening cream. Now, this little decon scheme by your Duchess of Ratchetness is meant to make some fast money for the Duchess of Ratchetness and be able to promote some little self-hatred as well. Because with this deal with Procter & Gamble, which is selling a controversial skin lightening cream, it just shows how your Duchess of Ratchetness is all about the Benjamins and not about the royal family. And that's the main reason why she wanted to pull the prince away from the royal family because she could not grab the bag from the King of Kings and Lord of Lords of white men, and because she could not grab the bag from the King of Kings and Lord of Lords of white men at Buckingham Palace, she insisted that he wind up giving his testicles to her to place in the Birkin bag so that they could go fly across to America so that she could go out here and get a bag at his expense. It's only a matter of time before we see Prince Harry looking like Dom LePrey, sitting in a t-shirt talking about you can make a lot of money in a little bit of time with some teeny tiny ads because the Duchess of Ratchetness is going to sit there and have him go out here and run some sort of get my making money the royal way package. Because your Duchess of Ratchetness, this is all about getting the paper for her, and it's all about her getting that paper at the expense of your Prince Harry, and she doesn't really care about whatever deal she wants to make because skin lightening cream, it doesn't matter to her because she's already with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords of white men, and if she has to promote a little bit of self-hatred to all of those black and non-black women, then what does it mean? Because she's getting paid, and she's sitting there talking again about race and racism, but then she's out here endorsing this product, which shows us the hypergamous nature of your Duchess of Ratchetness, looking to monkey branch all across America to get paid, not looking to submit to the authority of the royal family. Now, in addition to this little debacle as related to your Prince Harry showing us how emasculated he is, your Prince Harry even decided to go out here and take a swipe at the U.S. Constitution. Now, your Prince Harry, as related to living in America, tried to call the First Amendment of the Constitution bonkers. And he called it bonkers because he's a bloody idiot, and because he's a bloody idiot, he sits there and tries to call the Constitution bonkers because he just doesn't want to deal with all the criticism from all of the newspapers and YouTubers like myself who have been roasting him over how emasculated he is. And because he cannot stand the criticism from all of these media outlets which have been taking him to the barbecue with the applewood chips, your Prince Harry calls the Constitution bonkers, not understanding that the United States Constitution's First Amendment is something that is core to America, and it's core to America because the First Amendment doesn't protect the speech that you like. No, it protects the speech that you don't like. And the reason why we need to protect the speech that you don't like is because you need to hear the counterpoints that are presented to you so that you can gain some perspective on whatever issue is presented to you. Because once you only hear one side of an argument, what happens is you're just hearing propaganda. And your Prince Harry, because he cannot take the criticism presented towards him, this is why he's sitting there and talking about the First Amendment is bonkers, because he's just so bonkers for your Duchess of Ratchetness that he cannot see that this woman is practically destroying his life, and this woman is practically making a complete fool out of him. Because he can't really see anything, because he doesn't have any testosterone in his system, because the Duchess of Ratchetness has snipped off his testicles and placed them inside of her Birkin bag, where they seem to remain in that change purse, and he still has not seemed to have found them, because every day he seems to go out here and participate in more things that show us how emasculated and how weak he is, and how your King of Kings and Lord of Lords of white men is nothing more than the cuck of cucks and clown of clowns of the royal family. Because that's what your Prince Harry is looking like right now. Every time he opens his mouth, he puts his foot in it, and then he further goes on to continue to praise this female who shows him absolutely no respect whatsoever, and again is just using him in order to elevate her mediocre status in as related to the entertainment industry. And because she's looking to elevate her social status at your Prince Harry's expense, he can't see that he's the clown, and sadly, he really is not really understanding how things are going, because if he didn't understand where the things were going, he wouldn't go out here and make a complete fool out of himself like he is. Now, this chess game could have ended a while back, but unfortunately, it seems like everything that the Queen tried to tell him and his family tried to tell him at the funeral of Prince Philip has gone in one ear and out the other, and it seems like he's going back to being the same old emasculated clown he has been for the last couple of years, and making a complete fool out of himself on the royal stage, showing us that the royal family is just nothing more than a royal disaster, because this royal member of the royal family is completely dysfunctional, and what he's doing is making the royal family look so bad that it's just embarrassing to deal with, because instead of him being the royal prince that he is, he's looking more and more like a court jester we all can get a good bloody laugh at. Ain't no fool like a royal fool.
Coming to paperback and e-readers in 2021, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks on a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business in 2021 at online booksellers everywhere.